Hello everyone, Paul de Klerk here. So in this video I'm going to talk about two benefits, one called the specified injury benefit and the other one called the accidental injury benefit. Partners Life is the one that offers specified injuries, and AIA, theirs is called accidental injury. We're just going to go into a bird's eye view into how these benefits work, why it's a good idea to have it, and I must admit this is one of the most highly claimed benefits I have. Typically, if somebody calls me for a claim, I've had so many more claims related to this benefit than probably anything else in my career. So, the specified injury benefit, it's available at Partners Life and Cigna, some others as well, but those are the two big ones. It's designed to pay you a lump sum payout if you have one of the specified injuries on their list, and we'll get into that list in a second. The benefit, though, is based on the income and mortgage protection cover that you have. Right? So you have a specified injury that's on the list, and then you can qualify for payout. Now the pros is that a simple fracture of most bones would automatically qualify for payout. All right, whether you were mobilized or not, and so if you fracture something, you typically can get to a payout. And also a big plus is that paralysis leads to a massive 60-month payout of the injury, right? So I'll get into a minute as to how that works. One of the cons, though, is that it does not cover hands and feet. And so for people like your plumbers or your people that work with their hands, your bricklayers, your people, your tradies, people like that, diesel mechanics or car mechanics, people like this, coverage of the hands and feet and not having that can be a pretty big deal. I've had quite a few people over the years as well who injure their hands and feet and have breaks there, and they haven't been able to claim under the specified injury benefit. But also with Partners Life, the problem is this benefit's only available with income and mortgage protection benefits. So it's limited to an addition onto that cover. So now let's just get into a little bit of what I mean here. Here is the Partners Life brochure, and if you scroll down the bottom, it shows there's the specific injury benefit. If you suffer from one of the specified injuries listed below, you will be paid your selected monthly disability sum insured. So for example, if I have a $3,000 per month income protection or mortgage protection, then if I have a fracture of the jaw, I can get some multiple of that $3,000 per month paid out. Now, if I have 3,000, say, or $3,500, whatever the case is, per month of coverage of income and mortgage protection, then I cannot have more than that of specified injury. There's another brochure that I have here. It's just the fact that it can show you the multiples here. So, let me just scroll in here. The specific injury benefit. So if you fracture your collarbone, your jaw, your forearm, or your skull, then you get 1 month worth of payout. So if you have a $3,000 per month income protection benefit, you'll get paid based on 1 month, $3,000. If you have one of those specified fractures there. If it is your wrist, it'll be 1.5 months of the 3,000. These injuries here, your ankle, elbow, heel, kneecap, below the knee, the leg, the shoulder, upper arm, and vertebrae, you fracture one of them, then it's 2 months worth. So if you have a $3,000 per month income or mortgage protection benefit, you basically times that by 2, you'll get paid a $6,000 per month benefit. And so on and so forth. If you have a loss of a thumb, an index finger, your foot or hand, things like this, there's a whole list here, then you can get other various amounts of money based on those injuries too. If you are paralyzed, you have paralysis, then a maximum of 60 months worth of cover, right? So 3,000 times those 60 months. So that's all very good, but the glaring omission from this list is what about the fingers, the hands, or below the knee, not the knee, the ankle, or what about your feet? If something happens to one of them, unfortunately, they don't qualify under the fracture section. We would have to lose them basically completely to qualify for a claim. Yeah, so that is the Partners Life and the Cigna one. How does this then compare to the accidental injury benefit that's there with AIA? Well, there's pros and cons. This specific one, accidental injury cover, it's only available at AIA that I've been able to see anyway. They've designed this one. It's designed to pay you a lump sum if you have an accidental injury that falls within the category of injuries that they have, but as much as $5,000 per month worth of cover is available with them. The pros is that it can be applied for completely standalone from income or mortgage protection. So you don't have to have mortgage or income protection, which can be pretty pricey in many cases. You don't have to have it only if you have that cover. You can have it. You can just have life insurance and tack on accidental injury alone if you want. Cigna actually can do the same. If you have life insurance or trauma insurance, all those things, you can have the specified injuries benefit completely standalone. But what are the cons? The cons are the payouts depend on the category of injury that you suffer, which that list is a little bit different to Partners Life, right? And also a maximum of 12 months payments versus 60 months at Partners Life for permanent paralysis situations. So let's just go through the AIA list quickly here. So if we have an accidental injury, I'll put me over to the other side. If we have an accidental injury, it provides short-term financial support if you have an accidental injury. If you're wanting this, just link down below. You'll see these policy wordings and all of these brochures I'm showing you. You'll see it linked below the video here. So if you experience an accidental injury, it can have an immediate impact on your daily life and your ability to do your job, right? Especially those who use their hands and feet, not office workers. I've had people that break their leg and they're back at work in 2 days, right? So these are, in many cases, you do really need a cash injection should these accidents happen. Now, accidental injury provides a lump sum payment should you be accidentally injured, but now here's the gist. You need to be injured according to one of the categories here. So for example, a category 1 is that it leads to a fracture that requires some form of immobilization other than a cast. All right? So for example, you go and you fracture a finger or something like this. It's a fracture of the finger and then they have to go join your fingers together with some sort of a immobilization. There you go. Then you get 2 months worth of payment paid out. Category 2, it leads to a fracture and you do indeed require a cast. That's 3 months. Category 3 is an injury that results in surgery under general anesthesia. I've had so many claims of those over the years. That's 3 months worth of cover. And then presto, look, if you have a category 4 that leads to an amputation of a limb, permanent and total blindness, total loss of hearing, and also paralysis, well, in that case with them, it's not 60 months like it is with Partners Life, it's 12 months. But let's just go through an example. Let's just say you have a sum insured of the maximum, $5,000 per month, and you have an accidental injury that leads to a fracture that requires a cast. Then presto, you get $15,000 worth of payout here. Now, the big takeaway, though, is here that you need to have a fracture and some sort of immobilization. Those are basically, if I think through the years, that's been every single claim I've ever had under a specified injury benefit, right? Those are generally covering fractures. In AIA's case, it's a fracture that requires some sort of a cast or immobilization. So very, very close. Very close. Now, I would, in my opinion, the coverage with AIA, Partners Life and Cigna, the specified injury benefit, that would be the most ideal. The problem is, especially with Partners Life, the problem is that you need to only have it, or they only provide it as part of an income protection benefit. There's no other way that we can have the benefit with Partners Life. So how does this then look? I did a quote here with Partners Life, and so this is for me and my details as an example. And let's just say I want to have $5,000 per month worth of income protection. That would have this specified injury benefit built in, right? So I go and have an accident and I break my leg. It doesn't matter if it's a cast or not, or I fracture my jaw or my skull or something, I can get paid. It doesn't matter if I'm immobilized or not. But that's very nice. I can get paid. The issue is, though, it's going to cost me $100 per month to have the benefit. Now, if I go to somebody like AIA, same details in here, and I scroll down, I just need to have a small life insurance policy. Let's just say I just do as little $11 per month worth of $100,000 life insurance policy, and I add on accidental injury. That's only going to cost me $10 a month for the accidental injury of the maximum of $5,000, and then another $10 for the life insurance. The total comes to $28 a month with the policy fee included. Look, and that's compared to the $100 per month that I'd have to pay for at Partners Life. So, as I say, there are pros and cons either way. If it was me and the budget is an issue, then AIA seems to make a lot of sense. Just remember, though, that there are some cases which you wouldn't be paid out for. Let's just say you fracture your jaw. Well, you can't immobilize your jaw, or you can't immobilize a skull fracture. Partners Life would pay for those. AIA, not so much. Yeah? Now, it's really the economics that this boils down to, though. You cannot ignore $100 per month versus $28 per month, as for me as an example, in terms of the premium. So if you don't worry about the premium and you just want the best absolute possible scenarios covered, go with the Partners Life. If premium is an issue, then AIA seems to be the very clear winner. And remember, I don't have to have income protection or mortgage protection to have it with AIA. They just have it a completely free, standalone extra cover. If you have any questions on this, everyone, just send me an email and look for the messaging system on the website. Happy to help. I'm sure you've got to have a lot of questions for me, so I'm always here. Look me up, and I'll have a chat with you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.